time!
It's internet party time.
Around page 347, when Bellamy and Malik talk on the phone and arrange the meetup to exchange the capstone for Peter Solomon, you kind of had the feeling that it wasn't going to be that easy, especially when there was this much left of the book. In just a few pages you realize how well Malik has this whole thing planned out. The end of chapter 103, page 382, I was speechless. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Amazing that Langdon was able to completely decipher the entire pyramid, him having literally seconds to figure it out. What a good part in that book. I literally, jaw was dropped. Just a few pages later you find out that he was just put in a womb-like incubator. Plane, 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 can you hear the plane? Langdon was in what was called a sensory deprivation tank. Those tanks are typically used for interrogation because they're so effective, because the subject would actually believe that they were about to die. The reason for why the CIA was involved was a question that I had for about 400 pages of the book. Shortly after that was answered, it was like a 1-2 punch. Finding out that Malik was actually Peter's son was the best part of the book. It's the kind of twist that you read a book like this for. This book leaves you with a lot of questions. What do you think would happen if Peter Solomon actually drove the dagger into the heart of Malik? All of the experiments that Catherine had about her being able to actually weigh a human soul, that thought has mass, just presents more questions than it does anything else. So what do you think? Do you think the collective mind, or the minds of the masses, if they were all to channel their thoughts towards one goal, could they make a difference in that goal, in that outcome? The topic of is there an afterlife and what happens after you die, I've never really liked to talk about that because it just scares me. I don't really like the idea. It's really tough to accept any interpretation of the Bible because that's just what it is. It's someone's interpretation. Words are always going to be misunderstood. It's definitely an inspiring interpretation though. If everyone were to have that enlightenment, there wouldn't be any more religious wars. The interpretation, I think Dan Brown was similar to Gene Roddenberry, creator of Star Trek. He had the same vision, the same idea that humanity would evolve past that roadblock of religion. What do you believe? Do you believe there's an afterlife? Do you believe you have a soul? And we'll see you probably tomorrow.